TP in the place to be, man. Go ahead, hit the like button, man. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, man. We finna go ahead and get into it, man. I'm on the road to 1K subs, man. We had 328, man. Last month, I swear I was at like 260, 270, man. So we really just going up as we go. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, man. We finna go ahead and get into it. We got Suspect speaking on beating up Kelpy. He's speaking on beating up Kelpy. So we gonna go ahead and get into that. If you haven't seen my videos about Suspect whooping on Kelpy, go ahead and tap back into them videos and then come right back into this one. You know what I mean? And then, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and fill you in. But without further ado, man, we finna go ahead and get into it. Y'all go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already, man. And make sure and turn the notification bell on so you can be the first one to tap into my videos whenever they post it. Let's go.
For another nothing. We ain't even about to have no transitions and all that. Let's talk about Almighty.
What's up?
Mangling niggas.
Look, in all honesty, bro, I want to apologize to No Jumper, everybody here, and the staff, you feel me, who was around, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit wasn't cool, that shit wasn't professional, you know what I'm saying? It was necessary, because I'm not feeling like no nigga call me a bitch, but that shit wasn't cool, you know what I'm saying? You got a place of business, you're supposed to uphold yourself to a certain standard, you know what I'm saying? I understand that. But, like, I'm not feeling like you call me no bitch, though.
Oh, you came back with some media training? That's what your publicist told you to say?
I don't got a publicist.
You apologize to the
streets.
niggas?
I ain't got no publicist. I need a fucking publicist. If there's a publicist out there, nigga, call me.
That's an ad, bro. Hold on. That's an ad. My fault.
No, that's a legitimate
But nah,
testament
like,
of
you know,
growth right there.
I'm not
Yeah.
sorry to him, but I'm sorry to the fans and all of the crew who was here. Any future guests that might want to come, you know what I'm saying? That's looking at them like, oh, they hella unprofessional up there. Nah, that was me, you know what I'm saying, being a hothead and a nigga called me a bitch. So I just had to, I don't think that shit was cool though. You feel me? I just want to lay that out there. Like, I don't think that shit was cool. Like, but at the same time, if I could redo that shit, I either wouldn't take I wouldn't take the interview, because I'm not gonna say I wouldn't do exactly what I did to him if you call me a bitch. I just wouldn't do it at all.
Now, I want to start from...
Yeah, that's definitely a sign of growth, because in my mind, with the rapport he was giving Kelpy in the first video, it really didn't make a whole lot of sense for Adam to put him in the second one. But Adam, being messy as he is, felt the need to go ahead and throw him in there. He pretty much said he got real cooked off some of this right here. And pretty much the situation kind of just happened before his eyes. Now, I agree that Kelpy shouldn't have said the words he said, but, you know, Suspect gonna have to be ready for people to say kind of whatever while they're in the interviews and be willing to just kind of let it slide sometimes. And I know he did it for the respect factor, so it's gonna be hard for somebody just to say the B word again and feel like they can get away with it. It's definitely the reason why he went ahead and stood on business in this situation. But I understand feeling like, you know what, it didn't necessarily put him in a good light. And definitely being in the professional lane that he is in, you know, it don't make it easier on as an interviewer to interview people or want people to want to come on your podcast while you're there if you are putting your hands on them. But in his defense, though, can't call a man a B word while on camera in front of millions of viewers and think everything's gonna be sweet afterwards.
the beginning.
Yeah, I wanted to give a timeline.
Yeah,
for the people who don't know exactly what went down.
But before we get into that, I do want to say, you being a currently active rapper, it kind of puts you in a very different position.
Because I would have never been able to live it down.
Right.
Yeah.
I would have always heard about that shit.
Definitely. That wouldn't have went good.
Even
for you to
if,
let
even
that
if
slide.
you were like, oh, okay, that's cool, but let's talk about it outside. It's still like, oh, he just got called a bitch.
I couldn't win for
Yeah.
losing.
Yeah.
I couldn't win for losing. That's why I would say the only way I could win was to not do the interview.
I think everybody equally agreed that it was a lot, but at the same time, everybody understood.
Right.
Like, the
Right.
nigga asked for it.
Yeah, because let's say he pressed Kelpy, but Kelpy had the battery in his back from ODM Slim and was feeling like, well, I can do whatever. They're not going to touch me. And let's say he let it slide, and the next guy tries it, and then the next guy. Now he like the laughingstock on No Jumper because he done let something slide. That essentially, most men not going to just let another man slide with that unless they like they homie or something and they say they ain't acting like one. So it'd be different if he said you acting like one, but when he called him that name though, called him out his name, that kind of gave him the ability to kind of do, you know, whatever in that moment. Now, I ain't saying smoking behind that. But if you went ahead and just put some hands on him and made sure he can kind of get up from the situation and learn from it, I can't really, talk too much down on the situation.
And he came with a whole different energy. Like, I'm always keep my same shit. You feel me?
Let's get the timeline. So you and Sharp sat down with this 19-year-old quote-unquote pimp from Orange County. Y'all had a conversation with him. At some point, he went on a podcast called Drinks with Jinx. Shout out to Jinx. Him and his manager said that they was coming up here with a very, very aggressive type of energy. They said they was walking in here on bullshit. They came.
Which was actually filmed the day before.
That was the day before. At some point, Adam asked you to come in and sit in on the interview. Boom, y'all sat down. There was a conversation that happened before the cameras came on. Can we get into that?
Yeah,
or
go ahead.
So ODM Slim, who was, I don't know if he is currently Crip Mac's manager, but was Crip Mac's manager at one point, now is managing this guy, Lil Kelpy.
Or he was at that boat. I don't know what he's doing right now, but
right.
Yeah.
Now, he approached you before the interview.
I approached him.
Okay.
Let's set it straight.
let the record reflect.
I approached him. Nobody approached me. I seen him sitting in the lobby. I approached him. But like,
and you known him before that, right?
Now, I knew of him. That was my first time meeting him. You feel me? And I just didn't like how from the previous interview they're like, yeah, we finna come up there with force and we gonna see if they keep the same energy. I didn't even see that shit until after the whole situation.
That just dropped like a few days ago.
Yeah, I didn't even see it before. So I'm like, oh, they came up here with some intent. You know what I'm saying? So that's why his energy was different, because he had Slim with him. But I just didn't like how niggas came up here and said that they told me a 100-something was gonna do shit to me. Didn't no nigga tell me 100-nothing was gonna do nothing to me at all. After the situation, what was niggas doing?
Well, before we even get into that, what was the conversation about?
Well, he had told me, like, it was actually a good conversation. Like, I'm not going to get up here and be like, yeah, nigga, I ain't going to do none of that, because that would be false. You feel me?
You feel like he was trying to intimidate you?
I feel like that was it wasn't, the intimidation, the conversation wasn't an intimidating conversation, but I get the point of you coming here, if you get me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
You felt the energy.
Yeah. But the conversation wasn't intimidating. You know what I'm saying? Because by that point, he had some information about some of my people, so that energy couldn't have been brought.
So what was the nature of the conversation then?
It was more so, he kind of felt like I explained to him that, like, I don't get extra'd out because I think I'm tough. I get extra'd out because I'm passionate about the shit that I say, and I mean the shit that I say, you feel me? So I told him that, you know what I'm saying? And we got an understanding. He got more of an understanding than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could just say that, like, yeah, he got more of an understanding than me, but nobody told me what nobody was going to do to me. That's cap. That's cap.
And so you're referring to when he called into Back on Fit, and he said that he told you that
100 Crips was going to come up here to beat my ass.
Okay.
False.
So now you're sitting face to face with Kelpy. Y'all going back and forth. Mm-hmm. What in your mind, like, just came? What rage came over you that you just had to, like, just beat this boy up?
It's because the nigga.
I mean, it's kind of simple. You don't really know him that well. He called you the B word. He said it at you, like, very derogatory. It wasn't like he was saying, like, dang, bro, you acting like a, you know what I'm saying? He ain't say it like that, like one of the homies saying it to you. He was saying it like somebody you don't really know saying it to you. And really, most people are not going to take it like, oh, he's trying to be funny. Like, oh, he's trying to be cool. Like, women more likely to be that way, but even then, they still going to be like that with their friends. You know what I'm saying? They gonna more than likely want their friends to say it. They're not going to want a random female to walk up saying that. That's not really going to be something they take correctly. So a man, that's definitely not something he going to take correctly. So it's really kind of that simple. I mean, that would be infuriating, you know, but you definitely got to make sure you learn how to be calm and not just let people be able to kind of get at you just by saying the B word, because, you know, somebody can possibly just say that, let you come at them and then blow you away and act like you was aggressing them. But yeah.
Look, I swear to God, I gave him a chance to correct it when I got up and I said, who? What you say?
What you say?
Because I thought he was just using it as a phrase. Like, you know how niggas be like, man, I'm fine in the fuck. I'm fly as hell, bitch, you see me? You know what I'm saying? I'm just thinking it's one of those. And even if it was, you should have corrected it. You know what I'm saying? When the nigga was
he
like...
doubled down on it.
Yeah, when he doubled down on it.
3 times.
Yeah, like, I'm calling you a bitch. I just blacked out. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't come up here to be like, oh, I'm this extra tough-ass nigga, or I'm this super thug. I'm not that. I'm just not going to let you call me a bitch. I'm just a man, and I'm going to stand on that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody has ever seen a nigga disrespect me in person. There's a whole lot of false narratives like, oh, why you didn't do this to whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. Y'all have never seen nobody say something to my face disrespectful, ever. It's either been over the phone, on the internet, because I'm going to react. And I'm not saying this to invite no violence, no shit like that, because I ain't up here to do that. You know what I'm saying? We up here being professional. I'm coming on No Jumper to better my life in general. You know what I'm saying? This shit a huge blessing, like, as a whole. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm not saying that to just be like, oh, yeah, nigga, I'm just this tough-ass nigga, but I'm just not going to let you call me a bitch.
I mean, it's pretty simple. I understand. I agree. You know. But you got to just learn when the right times to do that and when the wrong times is. In this situation, you know, Kelpy didn't sue, so he kind of got away scot-free. That's his situation. Might not be every situation, so I'm mighty suspect, man. You take this one as a W, but make sure, man, you quick to listen and slow to speak, man. But that's my take on it, man. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button, man. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. We finna go ahead and get into the next one. Y'all stay out the way.